so cool. Hi, welcome to Starseed Transmissions Series, a higher self guidance and insight from myself, Jennifer, from 108 Healing Senses, and my wonderful co-pilot, Laura Ferguson, from Starseed Low Music. And yeah, please welcome. Thank you. I just said that's so cool because it's lovely to have the intro graphic that I made using Laura's music that she's made. So that's our creative combo to start, which is very cool.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm happy to be here. And I did hear that music. Actually, I forgot about it till you played it. And so that was a nice little surprise there. I am, like you're saying, and we were speaking about offline here, that there are a lot of, I won't say good or bad, maybe even neutral, but there are a lot of changing, swirling energies that are moving faster and faster and faster, because as we go from, which we literally already made the jump from what they call higher 3D to lower 4D, and we're still shifting because energy doesn't stop moving, right? It is sometimes challenging for all of us at a certain point. And so maybe they will speak about that now, but I'm ready whenever you are.
Lovely. So for anyone that is watching us live or on the replay, and this is the first time catching us, Laura, could you just explain what this platform, what this series is about, and how it works?
So Starseed Transmissions are roughly normally we go about an hour, so maybe about 45 minutes of actual channeling, give or take. And the channeling is not me saying I am someone else or even a different entity. It is all via source, filtered down through my higher self. So yes, it is a reflection of me coming back to me. However, what needs to come out comes out. We don't have to agree on anything or everything. It doesn't matter, because all perspectives are valid. And surprisingly, we haven't gotten too many comments saying something that they don't agree or not agree, and that's fine. It's an open forum. Take what resonates with you. If you hear it, you are meant to hear it. If we interact, whether you see us for 2 seconds in the swipe or the whole episode, you're meant to have that. The energy is still with you. It doesn't matter where you are physically. Jennifer here is in the United Kingdom. I'm in the United States. You can be anywhere in the world. It is timeless. Whenever you see this, it can be 2059. It doesn't matter. Today it's July 8th, 2026. However, time doesn't exist. And when I'm channeling, I let flow through what needs to come out, and even if it's a cuss word. So normally I mark mine 18 plus, but we don't have to agree. All perspectives are valid because we're all of source. And being all of source, there is no separation. That is actually an illusion. And that's part of the experience, which makes it fun, because we have the collective perspective and then we have an individual perspective. And actually, the afterworld is the true reality. And this reality is more like the dream world. And so keep that in mind, because it's just an experience. If there's something that doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't have to, or it's not meant to. So I just wanted to throw all that in there.
No, and it's wonderful. Like, this is, if you're interested in expanding your mind and the possibilities of progression through life, then you're in the right place.
Exactly.
Yes. So, is there anything else you would like to say before we begin?
I'm ready. Not exactly. And I just, made it a little darker so it's easier on my eyes when my eyes are closed, and I'm good. You are.
Perfect. So whenever you're ready, Laura.
Oh yeah, another thing, nothing is scripted here. What comes out is meant to come out. Interesting. The insectoids are with us, the grasshopper people.
Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Many thanks for listening.
What brought you to this conversation today?
We have not spoken publicly via any forum, and we are speaking publicly at this time. Therefore, it is important for us to do so because we have a lot to say. We are insectoids. A lot of people confuse our energy with the mantis means. We are insectoids. However, we are grasshoppers.
I held one of you the other day, a little baby one. So that's lovely to connect with you through this channel a couple of days later.
Yes, we are related to what you call the small grasshoppers. However, we stand about 6 to 7 feet tall, much in a humanoid form with a grasshopper arm and leg. And yes, we do have wings.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for joining us. Were there any particular messages that you wanted to bring to the collective today?
We love you, each and every one of you, not just because you're a reflection of ourselves and the reflection of the source and part of the source, because we have unconditional love. We choose to live in a higher dimensional plane of roughly 7 to 8 dimensions and do not have bodies for the most part. However, when we do choose to have a body and have chosen to have a body, we do have this experience in various forms because just like you, we are shapeshifters and can shapeshift and do shapeshift our energy. We are in, as you say, starseed energies and do appear to be human, which is a cloaking device while we are not human. Sometimes we do have an actual biosuit of humans, and it is a combination of organic and non-organic, almost like a blended half Borg, half human, in which we can actually have this blended biosuit to experience being a human, just as you do as your avatar self. However, we are aware that we are the grasshoppers in the 7 to 8 dimension.
Amazing. So are there opportunities for you to visit Earth in these suits?
Yes, as we just described, we look like a human and are amongst the what you call starseed energies. There are roughly 1 million of us experiencing this reality in which you call Earth 2.0 at this time in 2026.
And why have you chosen to visit here at this time in 2026?
Because, such as you, we are an avatar and an experience. However, most of us as grasshoppers have not been able to or chosen to be humans per se 100%. Therefore, we do it as an avatar within an avatar within an avatar, being source within the grasshopper and the grasshopper within the humanoid, half humanoid biosuit.
Would you be able to describe some of the essences or frequencies or wisdom that you bring? Obviously, you've visiting Earth. There must be something that you also bring to the mix.
Visiting Earth, we do anchor some energies because we are healers. A healer doesn't have to do anything other than exist. Therefore, you are a healer. Therefore, you exist. You exist because you are a healer. Yes, we are all healers, and we do exist in your dimensional plane. That is one reason why we are in your plane. Another reason is to observe because you are other versions of us and we are other versions of you. And why not? Because it's fun.
Yes, fun. That is a good, that's a good enough reason just to be here and just being yourself and enjoying yourself all adds to the whole planet evolving at pace. So I understand that. Are there any particular other messages that you would like to share today?
We have too many messages to address in one conversation. However, yes, at this time, happiness or a neutral state or any state of high frequency from neutral to high is a choice. It's your choice and your responsibility, no one else. we would like to point this out once again. And yes, we will keep repeating ourselves until we are blue in the face, although we do not become blue. You understand?
Yes. Thank you. Is that same wisdom applied to all races?
It is quantum mechanics, as you call science. Therefore, yes.
Beautiful. And for how you're seeing humanity evolving right now and everything that's going on in the world, are there other particular things that would be beneficial for individuals and the collective to know to have a more peaceful experience, or at least more joyful experience here on Earth?
Just as we have formerly alluded to, happiness, high vibration, neutrality is a choice. Be the observer. You may and shall be the observer, meaning that you can and you will if you would like to, because everything we say is just a suggestion, because you have free will, such as us. You can be the observer only, meaning that there is no physical attachment, there's no emotional attachment. Although there's nothing wrong with crying in this kind of state, even anger, but anything beyond 11 seconds deters your health very quickly. Therefore, 11 seconds or less of those kind of vibrations of fear and anger and shame and guilt, what you call sadness, do exist. However, anything beyond 11 seconds is detrimental to your health and your aura and lower your lifespan as much as 30 decades. Therefore, we highly advise against staying in those states beyond 11 seconds.
Thank you. Do you have any advice to help people break the pattern, stop that emotional loop for more than 11 seconds?
Yes. Make the choice not to be in that state beyond 11 seconds. As you say, snap out of it, do whatever it takes in a healthy way to snap out of it. If you like to drive, get up and drive. If you like to work out, get up and work out. If you like to knit, get up and knit. If you like to do nothing and look at the wall, do nothing and look at the wall.
Mm. Someone, Salema Watina, has asked if she can post a question. Please do. This is definitely
Yes,
a forum.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll just wait for her reply. Hi. It's nice when people are drawn to the conversation and we don't know what wants to come through. Now we're having these talks every month now. It's a lot of information and integration of what has been happening since the last episode and then what is now. Okay, so Salima asks if she can have a reading for a job opportunity, for job opportunities in the coming times, as I've been unemployed since October 2025. I'm not sure if you can do a private reading, but let's see what would like to be shared about that.
We don't normally do private readings. However, we will give a little bit of information.
Thank you.
Change happens because you will it to happen, because you are creating your reality in every waking moment, miss. Therefore, things do happen in divine timing. Your higher self has a plan for you. What are you doing in this free time, other than, of course, job searching? Is there a creative activity or something that you would love to do, e.g., following your highest passion? Because no matter what it is, whether it does not pay at first or at all, we say you need to first and foremost follow your highest passion. As long as you are following your highest passion, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, the whole kit of passion and the whole kit and caboodle of who you need to meet, divine timing, everything will be like a rolling ball down the mountain and pick up momentum to get to where you need to be. So that is our first question of, are you following your highest passion in every moment? Because there is no future, there is no past, there is only a present everlasting moment.
Yeah, absolutely. The quickest way to raise your frequency, to change a pattern, to when life has stopped you from going down a certain road, it is the opportunity to reflect and go inwards as to what is it that I actually want to do in life. What would I do if I wasn't getting paid for it and you still get out of bed in the morning for it? That is always a really great place to start, is start how you spend your time and see if it's something that you can turn into something that can become a career.
No, you were a wise grasshopper.
Thank you very much. There's a lot coming from you. Certainly, this is how this has happened. This series, I have a few podcasts. I've got 3 podcasts now. 2 that I co-host with your lovely self, Laura, and my other lovely co-pilot, Jake. And then I also have another 108 Healing Senses podcast because I just enjoy talking to people, and it's nice to network. There's opportunities to meet and have a great conversation, record it, and then others can enjoy it and hopefully better themselves from it and be able to make better, more informed choices in life for themselves and have a better life. That is certainly the aim, whether I knew it or not consciously, but that's why this platform has happened, because I'm following my creative passion. Same for Laura and her music talents and her creative writing talents. And this woman, what an amazing cherub on this planet, because she is absolutely channeling in creative solutions, multidimensional, faceted thinking, things that will consciously expand your mind and your heart, and then also bring it back into yourself so you can have a really good life with yourself and your family.
We just had a vision of you in a reality with us, and you are the master teaching us, Miss Jennifer. So thank you, because you are a Zen master, as they call, because of your energy and your frequency is unique to healing and soothing and just yourself, particularly in this body, your voice.
Thank you. That means a lot. I don't seek validation externally. It's lovely to receive, and I take it humbly. So it is a pleasure working with you, Laura, and our higher selves and our love team and whoever is working with us multidimensionally. I just want the best for everyone, because that's how life is good for all, not just some, but for all.
This is right. And this is a prong of having unconditional love for the self, which emanates for the non-selves and everyone around us and our environment, of our projected environment, because it is a projection. However, you can still practice unconditional love even if there are no others, can you not?
Yeah. They also don't need to reflect that unconditional love back to you. That's been something I've noticed, especially in this last month and since solstice. My goodness, there was a heck of a lot of darkness that came out the day and the day after the brightest day of the year in this part of the hemisphere. So it doesn't matter how much is coming at you, you can still hold your energy and light and love in grace and also strength, and not let other people's projections destroy you, whether they're true or not. It doesn't matter. Don't take it on as your own if it's not. That's my top quality. Wisdom for all listening right now.
That's a beautiful quality, not to own anybody's anger and whatnot, etc., etc. And you have mastered that, Zen master, wise one. And we would like to say, has anything opportunity-wise or energetically shifted for you in the way in which you prefer after starting these endeavors of at least 3 podcasts and books, etc., etc., etc.?
Opportunities and friendships and feeling fulfilled and feeling that the wisdom that I can see through my own experiences, as much as observing it in others, feels like that is part of my path, is to help others so they can help themselves. There's no codependency. It's real self-empowerment, your sovereignty. It's returning. It's just like that. When you choose it, just like what you said earlier.
We love this. We love seeing you humans grow like a flower and blossoming and blossoming and blossoming. And it's not just one flower, it's an unlimited field of flowers, of what you call riches and your hopes and your desires. If something doesn't exist, create it. You don't have to see the change in the world because you are the world. It is only an internal one world, one source. Therefore, if you, quote unquote, shift yourself, you will see that shift in the outer reflection.
Yeah. It's so simple. It's often overlooked when it really should be the first place you start.
Intrinsically, internally is the way to go, the way in and the way out.
Could you repeat that, please?
Intrinsically, internally is the way to go. The way in is the way out.
Yes, thank you. First time you said that, it felt like it was very high frequency because it was signal was going off piste. Are there any other pieces of information or wisdom you'd like to share next?
No matter what happens, it's all good. Literally, figuratively, energetically. It's all good because you are in an avatar experience in a video game. However, we strongly suggest that you treat this like a reality that is real, not like a video game to garner, absorb the most that you can out of the experience, because you do utilize this and other experiences, and it only makes you stronger. A lot of the spiritual community, quote unquote, call this a prison planet and hell earth. That is not correct. Let's just say millions of souls are in line to come to Earth 2.0 here in this version of Earth. And it is not a prison planet. It is not hell earth. There are other versions of Earth that are actually much lower frequency. This version of Earth actually has access to things like channeling. Circa 2027-ish, we might be seeing more physical contact. That is actually proven because everybody has what you call devices. Mm-hmm. We keep moving with the higher frequencies, and you shift to that reality of Gaia because there's unlimited amounts that you can shift to, because you are a portal crystal, or as what Bashar calls a time crystal in your actual body. You will make that choice. If you would like to shift to reality with physical contact in 2027 or so, you will. It just depends. It depends on the soul path. It depends on the life path. And yes, realities are shattering and splitting, and you will see people fall away and places fall away and systems fall away and break away because they are not meant to shift to the version that you are shifting to. It is not good. It is not bad. Everyone has free will. There are collective agreements. There are soul agreements. Then there are individual agreements, all based on perspective. And there were a lot, as you say, quote unquote, moving parts, and there is no time and space. However, the perception of it is there while the shift is happening, if that makes sense, the experience of it.
Yeah. When you were talking, there was a couple of things that were coming to me. Firstly, because there are so many potential timelines and versions of what we're experiencing, is for us to want to live a certain way and align to that timeline. Is that more of a case for us inwardly to really understand what we truly want from life, and then through that process of inner reflection, you're able to build the life of your dreams and shift your timeline to that path?
Correct. You are right, my master. You are correct, because your higher self will always, 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 always push you in the best direction for you. Your path is different from her path and different from his path, and so on and so on and so on in their path.
Yeah.
Therefore, if it's not in the cards, literally, so to speak, for someone to be on the path of the reality of physical contact with your brothers and sisters. Okay, there really are no different species because we're all of source. However, you know what we mean.
Yes.
Grays, grasshoppers, ant people, that kind of thing. If they don't want to be in that reality, they have free will. They will not be in that reality, whether they exit the planet via crossing over to the other side or some other way. Or if they go to a different dimension and you never hear from them again because they are in a different version of Gaia. Does this make sense?
Yes. Yeah. So wherever, sorry.
It is splitting, and it's always splitting. However, it just seems to go faster and faster and faster because you are now in the fourth dimension.
Yeah. What I was feeling was that, just as you were saying earlier, keep it neutral to neutral positive. Like wherever your frequency is, if you're always looking at at life glass half full, not glass half empty, it will determine what timeline you're on. It will determine what frequency you're at, and also your health reflects your frequency.
That's correct. It's one big feedback loop. It is source feeding into itself, all of it to itself, literally. An infinite feedback loop of potential energy, not energy, potential, because this reality does not exist. Therefore, you might as well make the best of it. Shall you not? Or shall we make the best of it?
I got the words consciousness expanding. That was from a potential energy. That was the two words that felt connected.
That is correct. Just like the scientific theory that talks about the universe expanding and expanding, expanding and never stop. It is almost like that. However, there was much more to it, in that consciousness itself is everything and cannot be measured, because it is everything and nothing at the same time. It was never born, therefore never die. It will never, quote unquote, die. It is infinite potential energy to create an experience, to get to know itself more. How do you get to know yourself more? You follow your highest passion. How do you follow your highest passion? What are your likes? You know what your likes are. Your purpose is to be you, no matter how that looks. Unconditional love will give you the best experience, better than you can even imagine.
Yes. Truly.
It starts with the self. Unconditional love for the self starts here. It's all here.
Certainly is. Starts with a breath. Just keep rolling after that.
Your intentions, your beliefs, as they say, thought forms. We don't exactly love that word because it leads on to demons or what have, which don't exist unless you make them exist. Because you are a creator being. You are in control of your reality because you are the reality. This is why we don't prefer when they say escape the matrix. You cannot escape the matrix because you are the matrix.
Yeah. And you create your own reality moment by moment.
Yes. And you're going to shift no matter what, with or without this body, a different one, what have you, whatever experience you like. Therefore, you might as well make the best of it and shift to the one which you prefer. If you want to, quote unquote, live in hell, you will. What you give back to the universe feedbacks like a loop to you in infinite amounts and in spades.
Yeah.
Therefore, be careful what you wish for because it is happening.
Would you say manifestation right now is happening at a more rapid pace?
Only because you want it to do. If you didn't want it to, it wouldn't be. However, on top of that, the universe also is always going faster. The universe and energy is always pushing collectively soul fractals along to pushed along, and as you call it, spiritual evolution. So there's that as well. So if they feel uncomfortable with being pushed along to evolve into a space of unconditional love, then they will feel very uncomfortable because they need to deal with it and deal with what comes to the surface before they get to that point.
Yeah.
So
that
deal
inner
with what comes. Yes, you in first. Deal with what comes to the surface. After you deal with that, then you can rebuild and go where you want to go, be where you want to be.
I was in my mind, it was much like constructing a building. Before you build any walls, you have to have a solid foundation. That, I know in gardening terms, is like you go and weed the garden, and those are the traumas and the things that are unsettling your soul from being able to let it go, or to get past, or to grow from an experience and not feel like you're still suffering in loops of pain. Like, that's the point of like bringing your unconditional love to whatever has happened in your life, and knowing that you did the best in that moment, and that was the best that you could do in that moment. And every day, do your best, however that looks. And that will also alleviate any stress symptoms, any repeated patterns of being unforgiving to yourself. That's practicing self-love. That's practicing unconditional love, is by practicing it with yourself.
That's true. Forgiving yourself, because the past does not exist. So that simple is where it starts. And you brought up a good point about that. Forgive yourself. Give yourself that unconditional love. Everything happens for a reason or not, in divine timing or not, or stays neutral or not. Therefore, everything that you have done within that allotted time, which you call time and space, is for a reason. Oh, sorry, we have to pause here. Sorry. We will be right back.
What an interesting chat, huh? It is. I don't know how you've all been experiencing the last month since our last Starseed Transmissions conversation. Solstice was just energetically, it's been interesting. You can tell the souls that have done more inner work, because they're able to, might have highs and lows, but you're able to restabilize. And if that's you, comment below. How have you been getting on this last month? Or have you been really struggling as well? Because that's okay too. Or getting massively triggered and recognizing a pattern from the past, or a relationship pattern from the past, different face, coming up with the same types of emotional wounds. And those, when that happens, if you're able to self-regulate yourself emotionally, even if there's chaos around you, regulate yourself, come back to that neutral point, breathing, being outside in nature. I recommend it. You can't replace it. You can't replace nature's wisdom, nature's grounding energy, the essence of flowers, and listening to bird song to bring you back into your body, bring you back into now, and be able to neutrally observe what's going on. And if you're experiencing particular emotional triggers, you'll be able to spot that. So thank you, Laura. Now you have returned.
Apologize. My son was crying very loudly in the background because he broke a cat toy. So, anyways, either I can get back into it or we can call it off at this point. I don't know where we're at in time.
We're 10 to the hour.
Okay.
We've been recording for 35 minutes. See how you feel. If it flows, it flows. And I trust whatever information comes is perfect for today.
All right. Let's see if I can get back into it. Because they were saying some good stuff. Apologies. Now the Darty frog people would like to speak.
Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
What would you like to share in this conversation today?
There is a shift because you are creating one. You are creating one because you are making the experience, because you are a creator being, an energetic, multidimensional creator being of source, as source, being source in an avatar experience.
Is there any more insight you would like to give around this?
It doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't even matter what you do. You are just here to have an experience. However, if you do care or have a concern about purpose, because being self-aware and being a conscious being energetically means that you start asking that question, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And this one, it took her from 2021 to 2024-ish in her purpose, which we realize is a blip of time and time that which does not exist. However, some people ask themselves every day, what is my purpose? And do not verbatim hear or get a dream or something thrown in their face. This is your purpose. You have to do this, or you should be doing this. That this is why you see some people in their business name 5 times, and this one should change her business name a few times, and changing their page and changing, and there's nothing wrong with changing things. However, your purpose is to be you. Your purpose is to have an experience. That is it. Everything and how you do it, how you get from point A to Z, crossing over the other side of what may have you, is all up to you. 100% it's up to you. How do you listen to your higher self? You know what you like, you know what you don't like, and which you prefer is your path of least resistance. Following your passion, and not just following and acting, actively acting on it. Yes, we said actively acting. Actively acting on it is your yellow brick road to the Wizard of Oz.
It's the small whispers and having enough space to hear your own inner thoughts and inner desires if you want to do something or remove something from your world. Yeah. Many people can actively avoid having quiet time to themselves because they can't bear to even consider listening to their own thoughts.
This is true. However, maybe their own thoughts haunt because they are in denial about their existence, which also means they're in denial about their purpose. And there is some confusion between that for some. About 1% of the earth does not even know they exist. The other 99% do, however, they just don't know what they are. So it's actually a small amount of numbers as far as this version of Gaia 2.0, in which actually don't even know they exist. And we're not talking about children or animals because they are even aware. We are just talking about people in general who do not know they exist and think that this existence is just merely to be born, wake up, die, and have nothing happen after that. This is not true because you'd exist, therefore your energy, such as Einstein said, cannot be destroyed. There is only one source. The experience of crossing over to the other side is not being destroyed. That is transferring your energy as a shapeshifter, just like water transfers into gas, air, liquid, all of this. So you are a shapeshifter. You are a shapeshifter. No, you do not have to be Sasquatch to be a shapeshifter. You are a shapeshifter because you are source. Therefore, the reality experience would you like today and today and today because it's an everlasting present moment.
Yeah. Love that wisdom. And it's true. You create your reality with the thoughts that you have and the actions that you do or do not take.
There are, quote unquote, some people who go to their graves in this experience and who, quote unquote, never told anybody their ideas, their desires, what they would really like to do, and their passions. Some of them secretly have beautiful passions, such as playing the violin or being a pianist or being a wonderful singer or being a poet or just having a passion to do certain things, talk to people, help people out, whatever it may be, painting, it doesn't matter what it is. The point is, don't go to your quote unquote other side without acting on your passion. If there is a gift to give to the world, there is a gift receiver to receive it.
Love that. Also, another way of saying there's no risk without, there's no reward without a little risk. And life is about risk. And if you're willing to risk not being understood, not being accepted, and all those other things that deep down a lot of souls, and I've been there myself, yearn for because they have unhealed emotional wounds from childhood, from lifetimes. If you're constantly searching for external validation, it will never be enough because you haven't done the inside work to fill your own cup first. And then you're able to have that space to bring your gift to the world. And your gift to the world may even be you being your own best guide or teacher and getting through whatever you're going through right now. And that's your path. That's the transition. That's the gift.
That's true. And this one did used to seek external validation and did care about what others thought until she realized we were all the law of one, all of source. So if it's a sick imitation game, then it doesn't matter what others think because we're all of source. And you will never satisfy them. Never, ever, 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 ever. Whether it's validation from a parent, a boss, a spouse, what have you. However, on the flip side of that, if you receive a compliment, it is okay to receive it. It is okay to feel it. It is okay to feel proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself that self-love, just like you would for a child or anyone else that you're mentoring. An improvement. You win an award. Clap your hands. Be happy. Just as Bashar says. Acknowledge. First, acknowledge it. Take a few minutes, maybe even 15 minutes, acknowledging what that is, getting an award, going on a trip, doing whatever you would like. And then after acknowledging, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Bask in the glory of what it is. It might even take a whole day to appreciate it. It's a very high frequency to appreciate. Therefore, appreciate as long as it takes you. And then allow. Acknowledge, appreciate, and allow. Allow it to just be. And that magic, that frequency is working for you the best way in which it can.
Mm-hmm. Felt like a wash of love. You saying that?
The universe will give you back thrice, if not more, which you give out. Therefore, by doing those 3 A's, acknowledging, appreciating, and allowing, you allow to work its magic. By allowing to work its magic, you will have the whole kit of passion that comes with it. You will have divine timing and perfect alignment in where you need to be and what you need to be doing at any given moment. And that happens anyway. However, it's going to happen in the highest and best way for all.
Mm.
And the best option. That makes sense.
Mm.
Very few bumps on the road compared to twists and turns and what you call a car accident over here and going sideways over there. You will just have more of a smoother path if you do that.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you. Is there any other further guidance or insight you would like to share with us today?
We hate to say the same things over and over. However, they do not change. Have unconditional love for yourself. You have it for the experience of everyone else. Follow your highest passion in every moment. It doesn't have to be a monumental task or even changing careers. In every moment, even if you're cleaning the toilet, like we said the other day, you can make it fun with music. Keep yourself positive. See the cup half full, because it's actually really not even half full. More in quantum physics, it's more like 2/3 full, because the universe is neutral to neutral positive. Mm-hmm. So yes, you can even see the cup being 2/3 full, because the scales tip always, always, always from neutral to neutral positive, because that is the universe scientifically, not just figuratively, literally, literal. Therefore, you have to work below neutral. You have to work very hard, and it's very tiring. Have you ever seen somebody be so angry and mad all the time, and they are always tired, and then they crash and burn because they are addicted to the adrenaline rush in that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then,
it's like a toxic junkie.
Yes. That kind of adrenaline rush is an addiction. Yes, we're speaking of anger.
Yeah.
That is why when the grasshoppers said to not have anger or low frequency beyond 11 seconds, because it turns into resentment and judgment, what you call hate. It is actually physically impossible to actually hate someone else, because they are a reflection of you and they are you as source. But the experience of hating what you think is another person is there. The intention is there. There's a saying in Spanish that Laura has heard: if you spit in the air, it will land on your face.
Yeah.
Therefore, would you like spit to rain on your face? Or would you like beautiful light rain showers and glowy kinetic energy with rainbows and unicorns and sparkles to land on your face?
That's the latter. Sounds excellent. And your lights are bringing it in alongside my coloured lamp, and we got sparkles and colours. So yes, and that's your emotions. Be the master of your emotions. Don't take on another person's bad day on as your own, and just keep realigning back, even back to neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's like flitting away a fly. It's like, that's not mine. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right. Don't own anybody's anger or anything else to that effect. Now, can you have an empathic emotion or a feeling and have compassion? Yes, you can. You can be the observer and have compassion at the same time. It is not codependent. It is having compassion and observing.
Yeah.
Two things can be true at once.
Yeah. The compassion part is not feeling like you need to take any action. You are just willing to be a witness to a situation, and then you can make or not take any actions after that. It was just to witness. I think that, and this is something I've, I suppose, been practicing, or unconsciously, but I really do my best to live day by day in the most peaceful way possible. And a lot of that is not getting swelled up in other people's drama or chaos, because you'll only get swelled into that yourself. And that's where the healthy boundaries come in, to say, it's like the bee, or not the bee, we like bees. I mean, we like all consciousness in animals, but the fly that you would flit away, that's not mine.
That's true. If you need to step away or temporarily block your own family member, switch your relationship in your house, move, do what you know in your heart is best for you, or for you and your child, or you and your family, or you and your pets, or you. Do what's best for you. That is what's best. Source would always prefer you doing what's best for you. And it might be temporary. Maybe you can have this friend or family member or relationship in your life again down the future, down in what you call the future. Maybe not. What's meant to be and what's not meant to be is not meant to be. Do not force a square in a round hole, or a round shape in a peg-shaped hole. You get it. If it does not fit, it does not fit. We do a lot of times outgrow with clashing frequencies with quote unquote other soul fractals, even if we are of the same soul family. It does happen. And if there's a reason that they are propelling you or repelling you, not propelling, repelling you, and causing drama, and is what you say, fights, then that is your red flag to not be around that anymore. So it's okay to have boundaries and to protect oneself. We are not going to say everything is love and light in this experience, because it's not.
We can set the intention, even if other people's actions might not be in the highest or most loving. We could how we react or choose to observe and then take action from that situation. That can be the graceful part, but that's our choice. It's not anyone else's. It's our choice. And that's where we hold our own power, is by protecting our heart and by protecting our love and doing what we need to do, whether it's permanent or longer, and being okay with that.
That's right. And you can have unconditional love even for this person from quote unquote afar. Just because you're not speaking does not mean you do not love them. That is how this one feels about her extended family, siblings and parents. Just because she's not had the energy to be around them, even digitally, in the last over 2 years does not mean that she does not care for them or love them or send them love and caring.
Yeah. And that I feel that is part of this journey of finding inner peace, finding joy in life, and not being swept into the other people's pains, unnecessary suffering. we can protect ourselves from that and still love them and also still be detached. So multi-layers.
That's another thing we were going to discuss before the interruption, which we apologize for again. Yeah. Just like happiness and neutrality are a choice, so is suffering. End of story.
Is that what you would like to end the conversation with today?
Yes. Good idea.
Beautiful. And that's as simple as it gets. Now for the practice part. But that's where each and every single one of us can find joy in the small things. And listening to these conversations, and thank you for all of the energies that came through today to reveal such beautiful wisdom and insight and guidance to help us all evolve on an individual and collective basis. Can't get better than that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Much unconditional love for ourselves, to yourselves.
Beautiful. Would Laura like me to count her back from 5 to 1?
Yes. Until we meet again, my friend.
Until we meet again. Thank you. So, 5 and 4, you're beginning to come back to your body. 3 and 2, wiggling your fingers and your toes, tapping your body. And number 1, opening your eyes, feeling refreshed, energized, and peaceful, and whatever other elements and essences you would like to take with you for the rest of the day and moving forwards.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. That was interesting.
That was. And well done for getting back into it after family time. So, that is also important. And life happens. So this is real. This is unscripted. And we're authentic. That's what we're about. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little speechless right now because I'm still floating around here and absorbing it myself, because when I hear them, it's almost like they step in and I'm a little like in the foreground, almost like I'm thrown in, like, I guess like a dream state in my mind, like when you go to sleep and then they're in the foreground of like the conscious self, it's kind of weird. We just like switch places.
Yeah.
And but all this information is for me as well. I'm not immune to anything or perfect in any way. So I think it's absorbing in me. And then, it takes some time to do that. Normally a few hours for me to come down from the clouds.
Well, at least you've got food and water. And actually that's with like any channeling. Grounding's it's really good to get you back in your body. Drinking water is amazing. It like updates your cells, gets you hydrated, because channeling, it does dehydrate you. It's all those primary things for yourself. And being outside in nature and also receiving additional light codes from the sun, I mean, that's wonderful. I sat outside in the sunshine just before we came on, and I was folding up some washing, as you do, clothes washing, and I thought, oh, this is so nice, just soaking it in without having to work gardening wise, just like really taking it in. So even the smallest of moments of doing that will help.
Sounds good. And I look forward to going outside and mowing the lawn if it's not raining. So thank you, Jennifer. And if there's not anything else, then I guess it's bye for now.
I would say business is integrating for the both of us and for everyone that's catching this live and on the replay. Much appreciated having you all here. and we are all evolving together, and yeah, it's a beautiful place to be in, building and envisioning Earth 2.0 more and more every time we have these conversations, and realigning our energies and our thoughts and our intentions to what kind of world we want to live in. And this is what these conversations help all of us, because I upgrade as much as Laura and everyone else that is connected to this. So thank you for being here and being part of the change.
Thank you for being here as well. None of this is scripted, as we say and said, because it is meant to flow out naturally. And when it flows out naturally, it just comes out rapid fire. That is actually the best way to do it, because it's a little more pure. And I know it's really annoying for yourself and one of my other podcasts where I channel with Mr. Michael, and do you have any idea what's coming through today? And this, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's literally like 30 seconds before, and then boom, suddenly the darty frog people want to come, and then boom, suddenly the Pleiadians want to come, and we have access to all of them, but who wants to say something is going to say something. And so we really don't have a lot of, I flow with whatever comes through. And so being that way, I'm able to switch, not autonomously, because the higher self is doing it. And so I know it's annoying. So thank you for bearing with me, Jennifer, especially everyone else, because I can't just say, oh, okay, the Pleiadians are coming today, or the Greys, because that would not be honest. And I let through how the higher self come through, if that makes sense.
I'm always happy. It's like a mystery box. You don't know who wants to come and speak on this platform, because it's always the intention is for the highest and greatest good for the collective, personally and for the collective. So that's always the intention for this space. So it's always wonderful to see who wants to come through you to share the messages. So it's all perfect, even if things seem imperfect. Everything is perfect.
It is. Source doesn't make any mistakes, and it is perfect as it is. However, us humans love to shift to our highest potential. So there's nothing wrong with wanting more and wanting the best for yourself as well.
Absolutely. So each of you watching live or replay, what one thing will you do today and this week to make a change towards your highest and greatest timeline? That's a question. And if you are up for it and you want to energize it, write it in the chat wherever you're seeing this video. And this is how we get collective energizing and manifestation as well. So super cool.
There's a strength in numbers, because we are all of source. So that is correct. If you have comments to say, don't hold back. Use your throat chakra. Even if they're not the nicest comments, let it out. It doesn't mean that we won't report you, but let it out nonetheless, because we are for free speech.
That's it. Yeah. I don't think you can get too angry about live your best life. But people might try, so I don't know. It's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you again, Laura, and thank you for everyone that has joined us. I'll enjoy grounding and getting back into your body, Laura, and the rest of your day. And we will reconnect in a few weeks. I'll put a thing on the do subscribe and do the notification button for both of our channels for any upcoming sessions that we'll be doing live. And if you like the sounds of what we've been talking about, or you want to find out more about us, do visit our websites and in the links below in the description. And life is but a dream until you bring that dream into reality. So all fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. You're so kind. And they called you a Zen master and said you're teaching them in another reality. So I thought that was pretty cool. And anyways, that's I hope you enjoyed that part, because I did.
I was like, oh, that's nice. Thanks. Yeah. Excuse me. All right. until next time, and we'll see what other wisdom we have gleaned within between now and then as well, which I'm sure there will be more.
Yep. All right.
Right.
Until we meet again.